Let's get zoomed in a bit. How about that? Look about right. Let's zoom in just a little bit more. If we can do it. Whoop. Maybe that's a bit much. Let's go. Let's try it there. Yeah, that's good. So nice. We'll give that a go, shall we? Right. Evening, shipmates. How we doodle do. This is tonight's SHVA05 Alfred the Great. He comes with a shield. The saga base is a legendary hero of the Anglo-Saxons. It's a fantastic looking miniature. So I'm gonna crack on with some agate skin. I'll let you guys catch up in the chat when you arrive. How does that sound? Lovely. Okay, so hope it's all been good with you guys of the week. Klinsky brush ready. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to do the video for. Sorry, I've got through all the colours again now. Okay. Aha, evening, Rich. So we're just going to put this base layer of agate skin. Just let that thin out a bit of medium. Yeah, it's a nice miniature, this one. I've painted this one before. I just think it's one of these nice ones that's easy to get to look good. I'm sure the dog knows when I'm talking to people. Yeah, he's nice and quiet, and then okay, so that's base skin. It's a little bit different from the old bubbly bearing flesh. No, I'm not. It just let's just chuck him a treat just to see if it'll shut him up for a bit. No salute for the pirates this year. Are you heading that way, are you, Rich? It's fun, but it's the cost of everything to do with London, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's an expensive old day out, I suppose. Okay, we're gonna go for his cloak in the greens. Let's start with angel green. I've just done replaced the paper and the wet palettes. It's pretty damp on there. Have a word with the beasties and say to them they're going to stock these paints. They need to stock the wet palettes. I think they do actually, and the refills for them, because I think you need them, these. Just letting see the coverage you got. We're thinning that paint down. Look at the coverage, man. It's well sick. Well sick. Oh, and I saw from the army paint day, they're saying they release these single bottles on their website in April. So not as long to wait as we thought. It's good news for everyone. So yeah, just laying down. I say that is a thinned out green, believe it or not. Yeah, after having a few weeks now, I'm kind of finding my go-to paints and what have you again, which is good. Okay. So I'm going to do, grab my Crusader skin. Oh yeah, I found the skin wash I wasn't getting on with. I found that if you water it down just very slightly, and rather than just doing all over wash, lay it into the areas you want it, you can actually get good effects of it. So, you know, it is a case of horses for courses, isn't it? But for our sort of Friday night painting bash, this speed paint works best for us, I think. I should let it go for a little bit, try for a little bit longer, but hey ho. Let's get the metal on. Getting our metal on. I think it's a good plan. And certainly for learning about painting with triads is a really good idea. As long as the person doesn't let, there's a danger you kind of, oh, this is set in stone. So you don't look outside it, but as long as you keep experimenting. So why I'm saying that is, for instance, if you're doing a orc flesh, so you're tempted to grab the greens that have got the green skin in it, okay, which that's the pure green skin, which is the third up the scale. So it's tempting to do the one green we're using at the moment. I keep knocking this light, sorry guys. And then that'd be the next green up. Then that'd be a highlight. So it's tempting to stay in order. But I like maybe using a olive flesh tone with that green, with a yellowy green on top. So as long as people are encouraged to make their own up, they're pretty good. I found myself doing a lot more blends, because it's right in front of me and it's easy to grab. So on the whole, I think a good thing. But still, for me, the best thing is the real life description of what colour paint you're picking up is more important. Sometimes I think I want a reddy brown, and you can find that. So it's like carnelian skin, very deep reddish brown. So I know I can use that for like a reddy leathery look, and it's gonna do my job. And then I can use one of the flashes as a highlight of it. So yeah, it's a pretty good system, I think. But I think all the other paint lines would argue that it's already there, but it's nice to have it all put into place, if you know what I mean. That was an in-depth waffle, wasn't it? Okay. So let's work up the green. So Guardian green is going to be the next one. I won't miss any. That's another interesting thing. If you go a full 6 without missing any, that's interesting. I did that this afternoon on these ladies. Then I won. So I used 2 different green triads. I went all up the triad using all different colours. So you end up with sort of nice shades. And that's 2 different red triads going up. So yeah, I think they're worthwhile. I'm thinking. I think some people are going to not realise that they need it or like it until they've got it, if you know what I mean. So that next green, that I'm just thinning it a bit. So it's gone just a little bit translucent. That first green I'm leaving right in the recesses. I think at the moment it's probably a little bit slower than the sort of way we were painting, but for the extra little bit of time I feel that we're getting a better outcome. So okay. The thing I like about these is they do take a little bit of time to dry. So evening Frank, evening Gary. So what you can do is, I've been laying out the 3 paints I want to use, and then getting them on there quick with a little bit of extra medium in there. So I'm also doing like a letting them wet blend a bit. That's better, got a better thickness in. So just I'm not worried too much about perfect blends on there, because we're just doing quick, wet and deep dirty blends. Dirty blends. Dirty blends. And they look a bit lighter until they dry anyway. So we've been going, what, not 20 minutes yet, so to get 3 blends going. This early one's pretty nifty. There we go. When that dries out. So he's got brown fur around his neck. I like doing grey fur around his neck, actually. What do you think? Grey or brown fur? I'm thinking of that. Let's get some forms going on those trousers and stuff. We're going for Dusty Skull, which is strong olive brown. Okay. So everyone been nice and busy this week? We've what have we been doing? Oh yeah, I've been paint after I finished some of the commissions I'd kicking about. I've been starting to get some stock painted. Yeah. So that one incredibly thin, but the coverage is just brilliant. Let's go for oh yeah, Victrix Vikings, Vicky the Vikings. I've just done a load of Victrix Persians. It's a weird thing. I love the way they look, Victrix, but if I was buying Victrix, I'd have to have all Victrix because in my eye they don't fit in with any of the others. And I know it's just a me thing, so don't take that to heart. I think if you had like I don't know, a Victrix Viking army, and then you stuck it in front of I don't know, Warlord Games plastic bunch of Saxons, Anglo-Saxons. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean, Frank? I'm going to waffle. I'm going to stop waffling there. But yeah, I like them and I like painting them. I think they look great. Um, what's that? Rich. Hoping to get the 4 Goth Cab finish for the Warband. Woohoo! Yeah. So is that the Goths that are going to get smashed up on my pit? Is that what you're trying to say, Rich? Are you scared to get them finished? I I watched at that event last Griffin Beast saga event. Somebody was using. Oh, oh my God, Rich! Let's shake that up some more. Um, oh right, okay. Well, they're great for that. I don't know if they're out of scale of everything else. They look more statuesque, I suppose, if that makes sense. Some of the older Warlord miniatures were like that as well, and it's like I've got the original Vercingetorix in metal, and he's massive, and they've scaled him down in the resins, and he looks more like he belongs on the table in resin, but he looks more magnificent. Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's it. So we're going to do his shirt in this. I think Victrix would be great for dioramas, wouldn't they? Building just, you know. Perhaps that's it. Perhaps every one of them looks like an individual miniature rather than a rank and file thing to your eye. Perhaps there's, I don't know. I just know these paints are making me play around with colour more. They've probably noticed on those yeah. Yes, Zaza, that's right. Hello, Mr. Go for it. They do, but they do look bulkier. But in fairness, they look good. But I think they just look good if you're using all Victrix stuff. Whereas if you're mixing Griffin Beast and Footsore, not an issue really. Let's just use the doggy settle down again, isn't it? He was asleep a second ago. So I think I've got some Persians over here, haven't I? They're a really bad example because they're stood behind shields, so you won't really see. So I mean, that's one of the Griffin Beast's legendary warlords. So they're slightly oversized from their normal guys, and these are Victrix archers. Just the I don't know. They look good. I mean, I'm not saying they don't look good. But yeah, you're right. You're right, Zaza. It's good to be aware of. So you know, if you want them for certain things and you want them to look bulky, well, then they're spot on, aren't they? Right, where were we? This guy is flying together. Right, let's go for leather brown. Yeah. It's hard to get fat on burnt cakes, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think we just do put more in that brown as well. Sorry, put the grip. Maybe the sheath of his sword. Sorry, scabbard. Sheath's usually dagger, isn't it? I'm trying to use more sort of basier colours, as it were. Cool. Right, we're going to go for carnelian skin. We're going to lay down the leather parts in that. Oh yeah, I was just saying what I was painting it. I was painting some stock up because I'm going to push on this idea of doing shows. And because obviously I get a lot of surplus miniatures where I'm just painting. I'm a bit of a paintaholic if you're not gathered. So in between commissions, or I generally paint something different to sort of like a palette cleanser. So I end up with all these random minis. So I used to eBay them, but that's become a bit of a pain. So I'm going to start that, and next month I'm doing a trial one at Lincoln Barn in Bristol. So I think it's just their table, or it is their tabletop sale. So I'm going to put that leather one over the top of that brown, because I like it better. So if anyone's, I think it's next month, I'll give a shout to the actual date. I think it's the 18th or something. I'll let people know anyway. And if you're in the vicinity, you can always pop by, say hello, and probably see some of these miniatures I'm painting right now. And you can grab them, which would be cool. Find what? I think it's chairs, is it? Oh, I know. We do the wrapped on his legs with worn stone, which is like a pale grey olive. Yeah, that's good. That's good fun. Still got a bit of. Notice that leathery brown I'm using. It does stay in the brush. That one. Honest, that table, it's only a little tiny hall, Lincoln Barn. I don't know if any of you guys have been there. It's a proper good little wargaming club. But I never fail to find something interesting there. You know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah. So any you guys got using the fanatics stuff? Some fanatics paint? Yeah, I found it was even like I was doing yeah, it it's a fair that'd be a fair old trip from Copenhagen, in fairness. Um, yeah, I think you deserve a pass for that one, mate. Although I think it shows a lack of commitment. I was thinking about putting some of the odd stuff on the X page as well. So if any of the you chaps further afield want to get some, I can post it to you. I didn't decide the brown or grey, did I? Should we do a brown fair? Let's start with a kind of a mid reddish brown. Dryad brown. Let's see how far away this is from. Yeah, it's quite away from the leather. Just going to lay. Just a bit more medium in there. Yeah. Well, the latest thing I was going to have to play with is the jugular miniatures. I found an old jugular miniature in my drawer. Now these are big boys, but they are specifically for, I think they're 32s. And that's for the Gladiator game. But I've started him with I think I started him with that flesh tiger eye skin. He's going to look a bit more tanned than that sort of ready flesh look. But we do a few unpick jugular up, I think, and do a few gladiator videos because they're fun. They're a bit bigger scaled to play with. Lots of different weapon choices and stuff like that. So yeah, that's another thing to be doing. My PC is being daft then. Don't know why. Yeah, so just for information purposes, that's not Darth Vader in the room. It is my erstwhile pup. There we go. That's our dryad. There's a weird hair there. Okay, so let's get back to our nice Kalinsky brush here. I'm getting into those. So I tend to use my cheapy crappy brush. And then just come back and use my nice one. So I'm going back in with that original flesh colour. Just re-picking out the details, the deets. Nose, cheeks, mouth. Can't really get it. His forehead is tucked underneath the rim of his hat. So just highlight that quite gently. There in the neck. Okay. All right. Gold in. And you're already getting to that point where if you're just banging them out to get them on the table, you're almost pretty much done. you know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? He's pretty much, apart from his beard and hair. But that's just base colours, really. And what we'll do is we're going to start building it up. So first of all, we're going to put some dark tone. I'm going to put that into his chainmail. Let's get a cruddier brush. And save some rubbishy brushes for doing stuff like this. The tones get right up inside it, and obviously I'm working it into the chainmail as well. I'm going quite dark with this one. So we can highlight it back. Here. I think these washes actually, they have changed them, but I know they said they haven't, but they definitely dry faster. Next we're going to get some soft tone. Yeah. I'm just going to hit around pretty much everywhere with this. So I'm going to go and re-highlight it anyway. Or you can do it the other way around. You can work all your highlights and go and tighten together wash. They're very... I was kind of using like a glaze the other day. I don't know if they've got a different medium or something. I don't know. I'm getting used to them. I can. Anywho, there we go. So we've hit the rest of. And let's go around the edge of his face. Start picking that beard out. So let's show you what I mean about using like a glaze. So the cloak's already had its highlight in it. But if you took it up another couple of steps on the highlight thing, so say for instance used the the very brightest greens in that triad. This helps you tone them back so it won't be as dramatic as, yeah, it's quite a subtle. So I'm gonna just do that green wash all over. And where it is quite subtle, it shows the dark areas through better than the light ones, so it kind of ties it all nicely. And it does it even better if you go to the lighter green, so it sort of glazes them down. But of course, that dark, it just very much sits into those grooves. So yeah, there we go. So let that dry off. God, I got so many glazes going on in there at the moment. So that ready brown, I made a ready brown out of a mixture of GW and the old flesh tone, which I noticed if you mix their new skin tone with some red, it's very similar. So you can make it out of the new stuff. But I've got a bottle of it, so hey. So say this is the Army Painted Flesh wash mixed with the GW Flesh, which is Reichland Flesh, eh? Okay, so let's have a look next. Let's just put a bit of grey on that rock. Go for a deep grey. We'll thin that out a bit. So obviously we've got a Zenful going on there as well, so if we thin this grey out, oh, pardon me. Yeah, it's one of those ones that's got with its own little base, so it's. I was going to stick him up on some rocks and stuff, but I thought for the purpose of this video, we'll just keep him nice and flat. But I've done him before and stacked him on a load of slates and stuff, and he looks really cool. Alright, so let's start with I don't know. Let's see what molten lava's like. We're going to make him look like an orangey, browny, aubany kind of thing. So we'll start with this very orangey, then we'll tone it down. So thin it. Oh, it's pretty thin on the palette there. So it's going to look really hideously orange at the moment. But don't panic. I'm not going to leave him like that. Just want a base colour to be drying on there while all these washes are drying. I got all carried away. Threw wash everywhere. There we go. So that green's working now. Really got into those creases. Okay, well, that's drying a bit. Let's get some brown on the back of this shield. Use that. We'll take a little bit of the rich and a little bit of the ordinary. Let's give it a mix. There we go. Save a bung or wash over it anyway. Not too fussy about the colour of the back of the shield. That's how you put a nice tone on it as well. There we go. Let's see, where's drying? I think his trues are drying. So let's start highlighting them. Let's go back. So I've gone back to the original colour. And we're just leaving the tone where it's settled. Just highlighting the rest. Easy as that. So we're just like painted ourselves a little highlight guide. There we go. Around there. That makes it look like we've done lots and lots of shading, but we've just basically got some nice cheapy ones. That's that stone colour over there. So we're just gonna do the same with these leg wraps. Just gonna stuff the gaps in between. And highlight in between. Then of course you could, if you wanted to, go up to the next one in the triad and re-highlight that. So now we'll go back to that. That's the colour we had his shirt. We're just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna highlight all the way around the bottom. And catch all those all the highs. Around the top of his sleeves. Thinking about where the sun's shining from. If you make it always default shining from your lamp, you know which way your highlight's going to face. Yeah, does that make sense? Where the shadows are going to fall. So now we're roughly like the highlights, and then any other highlights you want to add on to make it look cool. The rule of cool takes over, but once you've got your basic ones in there, you're all good to go. Okay, so that was prairie ochre. So let's take the shirt up to the next one, which is desert yellow. Wow, it's not. I'm sure I used that one before. Yeah, I was saying earlier on, Rich. I watched somebody fight with the Picts against the Arthur's Britons, and Arthur just went straight through. I mean, if anyone wants a battering ram of a warlord, wow. Just need to thin that a little bit more. That come out the gate just a little bit thick, that one. So just using this yellow to highlight his shirt. So just looking for those folds and creases, and then along the bottom edge. I think I'm going to put an edging on this shirt anyway. But you may as well get it all painted in, and it's good practice as well. As you see, that's pretty thin. And it looks like a yellowy mustard shirt. So next we've got a leather brand, so we're going to go for Paratrooper Tan. We should see if we should do it one evening at Big Battles and then live stream it. Yeah, so that was brown, or was it leather brown? And this is the Paratrooper Tan over the top. And just use it for the edge, highlight on this scabbard. Oh. That be fighting talk from where I come from. Oh, Rich, it's brilliant. Okay, we're going to get some barbarian flesh out. So just run the barbarian flesh as a Another highlight at the moment. Some little tiny touches. Yeah, as I said, he's going to have a shield on there, so I know. As anyone that's bought figures off, paid for me to paint them, yes, I paint their hand before I glue the shield to it. I've done the Attila the Hun miniature for someone from this range. And I painted this lovely leopard skin saddle on the horse. Put all the little dots and everything on it. And then you put... no, it wasn't Attila. Genghis Khan. And you put the miniature on and it covers, I'd say, 95% of the leopard skin up. But I know it was done. Right, let's have a look at this green now. Now you can see that wash has tied it all together. It's a real smooth blends that way. Okay. So I did what colour? Trying to remember. It's dryad bark, didn't I used? Well, it's first. Let's go fur brown. So what we'll do is we'll use that fur brown. It's a lighter one. Directionally shade. So we're going to leave the right against under his chin. We're going to leave as that strong brown. Yeah, so tomorrow I got, well, the other day I got delivered the Dead Man's Hand Kickstarter. So it's been sealed in the box since it arrived. Been very good. I didn't stop painting Richard's miniatures when it arrived, and very, very good. So tomorrow I think I'm gonna have a look to see what he ordered, because literally he ordered it. I said we need the new one. Let's put a little bit of that dark brown back in. So wet blend it a little bit. So I do love these paints for this, doing this. You can, so we've got that reddy brown in there as well. And you want kind of a fawny colour now, don't we? Just grab one off the palette there. Let's go for the lightest form we got on there. That'll do. Shouldn't mind about doing this wet blending kind of. I'll just let it dry in a sec, then you can see what you've got. It always looks a bit messy when you're doing it. Okay, well, that's drying. Yeah, I didn't know if to do a little unboxing video of it or not, because there's been like loads of them, but I thought I might be doing an unboxing one. So I'm just grabbing that. Can't remember what fawn colour this is now, but rather than a white, just going around the base of this. So I don't even know what he's ordered. So I thought it might be quite a good video. Me being surprised what was actually in the box, because I don't actually know. I didn't order it. I've not watched any of the other videos. I do love playing Dead Man's Hand, and we've pretty much got all of the original stuff all here. So I thought maybe do a quick unboxing, and then as I paint it, put it up on X and Twitter and stuff. X and Twitter. What do you change the name of it? Ridiculous. Yeah. I like that colour for his shirt, it's good. I think we'll go one more higher though. So that was Desert Brown, so we'll go to Wasteland Clay. I think the next one up from that is Burnt Turf. And then Barren Dune, which is very yellow, but we won't go that high. This Wasteland Clay is going to be this chair's getting very creaky. Perhaps it's me it's creaking and the chair's fine. So yeah, we're just going to do some very thin highlights. What's been quite fun is I've been painting a load of really old Grenadier and Ralph Arthur D&D miniatures. I really enjoyed it, but so they'll be up. They'll be up for sale. I've done a Rest Monster, the old Grenadier and Rest Monster. He's great fun to paint. There might be a she, I don't know. I've got no idea if of what Rust monsters identify as. It's very true, Rich. Let's grab me grab my Rust monster down. I want to share my Rust monster in this with me. Where has he gone? In case you didn't see it online the other day. Because we did the Rest monster. I was getting really bad glow back from the there we go. That's one of the new metallics. That's cobalt silver. It's got a slight bluey hue to it. I don't think you see it on there, but yeah, I was quite pleased with it. And I've done this magic user. It's Monty Python fans. It's Tim the Sorcerer. Sorry about that. Interruption to proceedings. Okay, so let's look where we are now. Okay, so the leggings we're all happy with. The shirt we're happy with. Edge highlight. So we're going to get Tiger's eye skin, which is the next one up from the carnelian skin that we use for this leather. And we're just going to load some up on our brush. We're not going to water it down. And then we're going to edge highlight. So just use the very tip of the brush on the edge. I'm just going to go along the edges of the leather. Drop it in for some odd highlights. Across the edge of that pouchlet. Anyway, it's going to be really catching. You can thicken it up a little bit. There we go. A little bit on the handle of his sword. A little bit on the front of this pouch. That's enough of that, I think. Maybe a little bit on that end of the belt there. So drag it across a little bit like a dry brush, but just a bit more dainty. So now, whilst we've got some, if we look at this fur, this light's really bad on these miniatures. I hope you all see. Ah, an evening. Evening, Karen. Let's go for that nice beigey. working on the edge of this fur. Where it's still nice and wet, you're kind of getting a nice cheap blend in there as well. Cheap, nasty, dirty blend. There we go. Bit around the edge there. Then we'll let that dry right out now. When we're doing that, we shall grab some pure matte white. And we'll grab our psycho brush. Bit of medium. Load up the brush. Paint these eyeballs. Okay. And we've got the high. Let's run that off-white we did. We're just gonna touch a little bit of white into that. There we go. And always make sure your little brush is cleaned right out. I think I'm gonna have to look at different lights for the video. It seems to be bleaching everything, doesn't it, this light? Should we try a different one, should we? Let's have a look. Blue. That's just as bad. Orange. I think it's just, or it's just too close. I think it needs a bit of a diffusers type situation. Okay. So let's look. I'm going to grab some of that. Oh, where's it gone? Ah, there we go. The fur brown, which is like a very orangey brown. We're going to mix some of that into his hair. Tone down that orange from earlier. Dog's snoring well tonight. Yeah, sorry Cam, we're just not going to be able to squeeze any purple into Alexander the Great. Unless he was Alexander the Grape. Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry. But you went, oh, didn't you? Oh. He's not going to say it, is he? He's not going to go there. He's not really going to say it. But yes. Yes, I did. Let's get the black spot. Little dot. Okay. see how we're going. 1 hour 25 we're on. It's not bad, is it? We're nearly on shield duties. I know what we can do. So we put lots of black wash into his chainmail right there. So we're going to just brighten that up again with shining silver, shinning silver. Oh dear. This chair's awful. I bought it at Christmas. This one is just not lasted well at all. So just going to run along the edge with the shining silver and a little few across. Just not quite touching down. A little few on his elm. Just little patches on the chainmail. There we go. So we need some dark brown. Let's go for oak brown. Oak brown. I'm just going to go darker again into that middle bit. And you literally just got to keep playing with it and just so you get it to the stage you like. It's nearly there. Let's go for that fawn colour again, just establishing it around the edge. That's all dry, we can put a little wash into it. The other way to do this is to paint it all one colour, dry brush it, which will work, but this is fun and exciting painting when you're mixing stuff like that. There's really that wet blend going on. Okay, let's glue his shield on. And we can paint it whilst it's on there. Or we can paint it off. Let's paint it, let's put it on there. I was going to say, that's what I said is, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Sorry. And I have so many purples now. There's at least, what's it? 18 purple base. And then you've got the magentas as well. It's the best part of 20. Oh, there's a purpley blues as well. It's the best part of 30 purple based paints I've got now. I'm sorry, I've let you down, Karen. I'll have to pick something really purpley to paint next time. A purple people eater. Okay. Let's chuck some dragon red. Were you here when Tim was on character? Tim. Mighty Tim, the magician of old. I think I painted a magic user purple the other day. There's a really nice purpley blue that they do. I don't know, feelings on purpley blue, whether that's still, or are you a purple purist? Sounds like a political party, doesn't it? The purple purist party. Mighty Tim. So it has to be full-blown purple, no. I remember painting a demon with purple skin up on the shelf there. It was like a it was a voyage into purpleness. I ended up using so many different purples. Let me stand up and grab it. See if I can grab it. Oh no, that's not it. There he is. It's probably dusty, so it's like maybe a dusty purple at the moment. Let me just brush it off a minute. It was like a study in purple. I remember doing it. Because the original, well, in the game, is just ordinary flesh colour. There we go. Got to try and guard it a little bit from the light. Yeah, she's doesn't look right in that light, unfortunately. But he started from like. I just thought it'd be different for a demon like to have be purple. That's what the dog thinks of it. He's got a very musical nose, the dog, hasn't he? Right. Let's start off. we use my nail art brushes because they're great fun. You can load the water in and then start off with a freehand and just I've got a picture of a shield over there on the screen. I like the look of. Sometimes you make the mistake of trying to paint it all in one go rather than work towards the shape that you want. If you can see this all right, guys. When you're doing these, if you ever feel you might have just a little bit too much paint on your brush, just touch it down on the base or your thumb or anywhere. Don't do it onto the shield you're trying to paint. Don't wreck what you're doing. Basically what I'm trying to say. So I've got that balanced out. That looks pretty good like that, to be honest. But I'm going to carry on working for a bit. Sometimes if it's a bit dry, what I do is I drop a bit of medium onto the palette when I'm doing this, because honestly you want it to flow off your brush really quite easy. Just thickening that out a bit. I like these brushes, they're pretty cool for doing this with. Just go on Amazon or eBay and just get yourself a cheap set of nail art brushes. They're pretty much all the same. This is a set of 6. I mean, they're all different lengths, but they've all got big points on them, so. So when I'm doing this circle, I'm doing is picking out the start and finish place so it matches up with that one. And then you follow the, to get the curve in it, you follow the boss. And if you want to concentrate it even more, what you could do is do a dot where you're going to start and finish. You just then follow the curve. So right there. So I'm just going to go back round. Sort of even it up a little bit. I'm not going to go too crazy with maybe with just some crosses in there. Yeah. Do a little cross. Be really light-handed here. The lighter you touch that brush down, the less paint will come out. If you've got your mixes right. There we go. Don't panic if you make a booby. So you can always grab the red, go back in and thin it out. There we go. So these top bits, I mean, I wouldn't really worry about that because at a certain distance you're not going to see that anyway, but because we're doing it on camera, let's have a look at these. So say for instance you made a big boob and you want to go back in, or you want it to look really cool. Load up on your red. Make sure it's running just right. And then just fiddle around. Make sure the red's nice and loose as well. So anything that's in your eye not quite perfect, you see how they just straighten those ends out, just makes it look. Depends how much work you want to put into these guys. And what you want the end, if you want to just like, oh, somebody's painted a shield for him. Bang, there you go. But if you want it to look really cool on a close-up photograph, you're going to have to get in and do this. And you can be the judge of whether this is going to be worth doing. Doesn't take long. But it's fiddling to the nth degree, this. This is what the top guys do with every blend and every level that they're painting. Goes down to this. Place every blend and every highlight. And go backwards and forwards, which is very rewarding, but ultimately it's how much time and effort you want to put in. Now that's just tidied it up a little bit. I think that's plenty. By the time you put lacquer over that, make sure you wash these brushes out. As I say, they're lasting quite a long time, so I'm washing out properly, not overusing them, putting the little plastic thing over the top. That's all they get used for. So let's pull him off of there carefully. Hopefully you won't pull all the paint off underneath. Got some sticky old blue tack, that one. Let's get that off the base. There we go. Where's my glue? So yeah, grab my super glue. Pick which way I want shelled. I want it that way up. Put glue over there. Just hold it there a sec. There we go. Just wipe the lid off my glue. Let's keep the top of the glue clean, because then it lasts longer. Right, let's have a look at the base a sec once the glue's dry. Let's grab one of these. That's kind of like the khaki brown one, or you could go for one of the lighter whites, whatever. There we go. Big old brush out. Grab the black. We'll do what we like. Somebody, I was watching a video, so he says this is a lap of honour because you've done. So you do a lap of honour with the black. I like that idea. This will be another one that's going into my for sale bag, I think. Because I haven't got the Anglo-Saxon. I've got Warlord anyway. So he's ready for some tufts. I'll put the glue away now. How long have you been? 1 hour 51. That's not bad, is it? I think he's pretty much done. I've got to touch the edge of his shield back in a little bit. Is the glue set? Be careful with you. I'm not painting the back anyway, so I'm not going anywhere near the glue. Many a brush that I've killed. A bit of super glue in it. Not good. Nightmare. I know Karen's just cringed then when I said I'm getting super glue into a paintbrush. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to leave him, I think. So I'll get some tufts on there and get him lacquered up and get some photographs of him. I'll sit still. Not bad for a 2-hour paint, is he? I think we'll take that as ready for the tabletop. So I shall put him down. That was Alfred the Great, SHVA05. Griffin Beasts, Anglo-Saxon, I think it's a legendary hero. Okay, so yeah, what else has been going on? Subscribers, we had a lot of new subscribers last month, which is really good. It's one of the best months we've had for a little while. So that the inevitable march to 1,000 subscribers carries on. Thank you very much. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, because I've noticed that on the statistics, there's a lot of people that watch that haven't subscribed. If you could subscribe for me, that would be brilliant and help the channel out a lot. Don't forget to find us on X and Facebook, and yeah, what else? Oh yeah, tabletop sale next month, Lincoln Barn. I'll say the dates next week. People from Copenhagen don't have to travel. Cheers, Karen. And I'll stop waffling now and let everyone get on with their weekend. So have a good one, guys, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully some interesting, exciting news next week. Ha ha ha. Cheers then, guys. See you good. Cheers then.